Hey guys, this is Sam coming at you with a brand new workout. This is going to be yet another active rest, but this one is actually going to be based off of the Spartan races. I did a Spartan race in towards the end of May, and it was one of the biggest virtual races ever, and I'm really proud to say that I actually got a whole trifecta weekend in for the Memorial Day weekend, or I should say the weekend right after that, so May 31st on, or I should say May 31st backwards, whichever it is. But essentially, I was like, there are a lot of really nice movements in here, so I decided to use that to actually jump into this workout. So we have got what I like to call a dynamic workout coming at you again, or I should say a dynamic rest workout coming your way again. This one I like to call, I actually have a title for it. I'm trying to remember what it is right now. But it is actually, oh yeah, that's right, your VR Spartans. So with your VR Spartan race workout, this right here is going to be basically a lot of the movements that are in the virtual Spartan races, as well as a number of active rest exercises, as well as iso holds, which are also in there as well. So you're going to be focusing on not only strength, but power and isometric holds. So we're going to jump right in it. You've got 10 seconds before we get started. And for your first exercise, we have actually got your push-ups. Classic exercise. Just try to keep your hands in line with your shoulders. So you want your wrist, elbow, and shoulder all in one line here. You're going to come down to the ground. Go for that classic push-up. Again, show and go style. If there's any movement you see me do that you are not comfortable with, a lot of these movements can be done from the wall or from a chair or something of that nature. Feel free to go ahead, apply it to the best of your abilities, or feel free to hit me up in the comments and ask for a regression, and I'll get back to you. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead, jump right into it. 10 seconds for a countdown before we get into that push-up coming at you. So remember, wrist, elbow, shoulder, all in a line. Feet back, toes down, chest to the floor, right back up. Now, as you're doing these push-ups, don't be afraid to rock a little forward into these. This right here will give you the range of motion you need to actually activate that chest and come right back up again. That's not for you. This can be done from the knees. Try to get those feet off the ground, or maybe even try it with just one foot on the ground, just like so. This will still give you that chest challenge, that work in the shoulders. Keeping this going. We're going through each of these rounds 2 times through. Now, while you're doing this, you're not resting. We're going right into jumping jacks. So once you hear that buzzer, we're right up here, hands overhead. You can keep the arms straight. You can bend them. If this is your range of motion, that's more than okay too. We're going to keep this going for 15 more seconds, and then we're going into your forward and then reverse lunge. So 2 different exercises, just the same plane of action. We're just going to change it up. All right, so I'm going to turn sideways for you so you can see it here. I'm going to step into it forward, step up, take it back. Now, if that's not for you, keep that rear leg straight, return, and step into it, keeping that rear leg straight again. If anything, you're more than welcome to go ahead, focus on just the one side. If you feel any problems in that knee, feel free to go ahead, drop that rear leg, keeping that weight in that hamstring. You want your knee and ankle to be in one line here. So step forward into it, return, step back into it, keeping it right here. Now, we're gonna rock this out for 5 more seconds, and then we're just going for your hops. Just a nice little hop right here. Now, if the impact on those knees or ankles are too much for you, feel free to keep it on the ground nice and soft, calf raise it out, keep it right here, repping it for a little bit. Now, this is supposed to be cardio, so just because it's low impact doesn't mean it's slow impact. So feel free to go ahead, speed it up, keeping it right here. We've only got 5 more seconds before we're into that low plank. So get that heart rate up as best you can, and then drop it right down into that low plank. Hips drawn in, core nice and tight, chest up, lead with the chin, keeping it right here. Now, if this isn't for you, this can be done from the knees, or again, can be done from the wall. But draw that belly button in, try to squeeze your elbows towards those knees, and vice versa with those knees towards those elbows. We're going to keep this going for 10 more seconds. You're almost through. Here we go. Keeping it going for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now we're done with those movements. We're going to go ahead and get an actual rest in here, but we're jumping right back into those push-ups. So remember, chest up, core tight, eyes out in front of you. I'm going to keep it right here, drop down to that push-up, return. Keeping those hands in line with those shoulders, and you don't want them way out here. Try to bring them in. Elbows tucked in 2, 1, chest to the floor, come on back up. Chest to the floor, come right back up. Now, if you feel your shoulders are burning a little bit on this one, shake them out, get right back to it, because like I said, we're only going through twice before we jump to the next round. So, you've got 20 more seconds of work before you get that active rest with that jumping jack. So let's rep them out. If you're feeling ambitious, feel free to go ahead, throw in that clap for the final 10 seconds. We're almost through. Here we go. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, jumping jacks, right into it. Feet out to the sides, hands overhead as best you can. If they're all the way extended, that's great. If you've got that shoulder mobility, if you're not digging that, this is more than okay. Bending the elbows, or maybe you're not hopping. You can step into this. Just keep it going for 10 more seconds. And then we've got your forward to reverse lunge. Okay? 2, 1, here we go. Step forward into it, return, step back into it. Make sure you're hitting the other side. I just did a couple on the wrong side here, so keep it right here. Step forward, come back, step back into it, come up, forward into it, up, back into it, up. Keep it right here. Now, we have got 15 more seconds of this. Let it burn on that side. Let it keep going for 10 more seconds. Almost through. Feel free to pump those arms to keep those going, keep that balance, and keep that chest up for 2, 1. All right, you've got that hop. We're gonna go ahead, keep it right here. Now you can go ahead, get that nice little hop side to side. Maybe keep those hands up, keep it changing, just like so. That nice active stance, keeping those feet going. We've only got 9 more seconds before we drop into that low plank and get that rest before we jump into the next round. Here we go, 2, 1. Drop it down, 35 seconds on the clock. Hips drawn in, trying to bring those elbows to those knees, keeping that core nice and tight. Here we go. You've got just 22 seconds on this one, folks. 22 seconds. Now, some of you may be wondering, that feels like a long time. This is how you actually slow down time. You do a plank, and all seconds feel like minutes. It's actually a proven fact. The flux capacitor is actually a flex capacitor. It's in your abs. Anyway, keep it going for 3, 2, 1, boom. All right, now we've got 45 seconds of rest. Go ahead, get that drink of water. Go ahead, stretch it out a little bit, but don't drink too much because we're jumping into round number 2. Now, with round number 2, very same thing, same different exercises though. So 35 seconds on, 25 seconds of rest, if you will, before we jump into the next one. So what your first movement is going to be is in fact a squat. Classic exercise, hips out behind you, weight in those heels, come down into it, return to the top, repeat from there. If you want to up that intensity, feel free to drop into it, add that hop, or if the squat bothers your knees, lessen that range of motion. But we've got 5 seconds before we get there. 2, 1, down, return. Down, return. Now you'll notice I kick my hips back, maybe even raise my toes a little bit to make sure my knees are in line with my ankle. Try to keep that chest up, return to the top, because as much as squats focus on those legs, that core is what stabilizes you. So keep those abs nice and tight. Maybe draw that belly button into that spine before you come down, return to the top, and repeat from there. From here, we are going into your low to high plank. So keeping this going. Keep your eyes on me for this next one. We're starting that nice high plank, and then right down, right back up. There you go, high to low plank, let's go. Now, if you're not digging this, this can be done from the knees. You can always go ahead and do it from the toes and on the wall as well. Keeping this going, you wanna keep that chest and chin up. Last thing you wanna do is let your head down, and then you get all that, you lose all of that chest mobility and strength to help you get back into that nice high plank position. You put it in that back. Just keep this going, and then we've got your decline or single leg push-up. So with this one, you're gonna go ahead. If you've got something to put your foot on, great. Come down to that push-up, right back up again. If you don't, keeping that leg up there the whole time is more than okay. We're gonna rep this out for just 21 more seconds. Keep it right here, drop down into it, right back up. If you find your balance isn't quite there today, widen your hands a little bit and keep your foot towards the center of those hips. Keeping this going for 10 more seconds before we go for that 6-inch hold. Now while you guys are doing this, keep your eyes on me. Here we go. Feet up, flex the feet. Keep the low back pinned to the ground. You see this right here? It's flat on the ground. Maybe get those hands up there. If you find this is too much on your low back, get those hands under that butt. Elevate those hips ever so slightly. Keep it right here. Now this is yet another time control exercise. You start doing this, you'll notice the seconds slow down a little bit. Maybe not as intensely as your plank, but keep it going for 2, 1. All right, now we've got your Superman hold / pulse. So keep those thighs off the ground, those hands up. If you look at my thighs here, my knees aren't touching the floor. I'm using my glutes to keep my legs off the ground. I'm using my back and chest to keep those hands up as well. Feel free to go ahead, fly into it. If Superman's not your guy, feel free to swim into it like Aquaman if you like. Or maybe you're more of a Batman person. Whichever, keep it going for 8 more seconds. We're almost through. 25 seconds of rest after number 2 of round number 2, set number 2, 2, 1. All right, 25 seconds of work, 25 seconds of rest, actual rest this time. And then we're jumping right back into those squats. So shake out those legs, loosen up those shoulders a little bit because we're getting right back into it. 10 seconds. All right, 7, 6, 5, squats in 3, 2, 1, hips back, weight in those heels, drive the hips forward, contract the glutes, release, and repeat from there. Now, as you're doing this, if you find that's not for you, again, lessen that range of motion, come down as low as those knees and hips will allow. If you come down deep in that squat and you find you're crunching up here, you find that means that your hips and your knees aren't quite ready. So keep that chest up, come down as low as your chest will allow. Reach out with the hands or maybe keep them behind the back. Drop those hands towards the heels. Drive the hips. 3, 2, then those low to high planks. 1, down to the ground, hips drawn in, down, up. Now, if you find you have any wrist issues, feel free to go ahead and grab yourself a set of weights here. Keep them on the ground. You're going to drop into that low plank, grab the weight, come up. Drop between the weights, come down. Grab the weights, come up. Between the weights, come down. Now, if that's still not for you, hold this low plank for just 2, 1. We've got your decline push-ups, so if you've done it with the single leg before, just make sure you hit the other leg, keep it right here, lead with that chest and chin. Just like your previous push-up, you do want to make sure that your hands start in line with your shoulders, they rock behind them a little bit, and then come right back up. Watch me on this one, starting here, down and up. Down and forward, up and back. Down and forward, up and back. Keeping this going. We've only got 7 more seconds before we got that 6-inch hold. So stay with me for 3, 2, 1. Rolling right over. Drive those heels. Flex those feet. Keep that chin and chest up. Keep it right here. Now, again, if this bothers your low back, get those hands under that booty. Keep it right here. Chest up. Maybe even resting on the forearms. Get a little bit higher in it. Really working those abs. If you really feel ambitious today, come up into that V-sit hold for just a little bit longer. 2, 1, and we're up. We've got your Superman hold / pause. So we're just rolling on over. Get those thighs off the ground, hands off the floor as well. You can go for that skydiver. Keep it right here, arms behind the back, or at least at the sides, keeping those hands off the ground the whole time. Now, again, if this isn't for you, maybe let one leg rest, and then switch to the other. But either way, you want to keep that low back engaged, chest up, for 10 more seconds. We're almost through. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. All right. Now you've got 45 seconds of rest before we jump into round number 3, set number 1. And what we've got are your walkout push-ups. So use this time to keep your eyes on me for this one. You're going to try to keep your feet flat on the ground for this. You're going to walk those feet out. Those hands out. Get that push-up in. Return. Walk back in. Repeat from there. Now, if you want to just keep it going, you can go ahead, stop, tap the toe, walk back out, drop into the push-up. If the push-up's not for you, end at the high plank. If that's not for you, feel free to go ahead, take it to a wall with that wall push-up modification. Either way, we're kicking this off in just 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, let's get it. Drop down, walk the feet out, get that push-up, come on back. Now, feel free to bend the knees a little bit. Come on out, get that push-up, return. All right, so we are at 20 seconds, folks. Keep it going. I hope you can still see the timer after I basically pushed it so far away. Don't know my own strength sometimes. All right, here we go. 10 more seconds, almost through. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You've got your iso squat. So you're gonna come on up, hips back, chest up, keep those hands out in front of you. Now, if this isn't for you, don't let your hands rest on your knees. This is a resting position. So maybe take those hands so they're in line with those heels, maybe rest on those calves, but do not put too much pressure on them. Keep it right here for 7 more seconds. We're almost through. 3, 2, 1. Coming out of it, we've got your dips, ladies and gentlemen. So from here, taking it down to the ground, you want to go ahead, bend those knees so that butt touches the ground. Come on right back out of it. You want to keep those shoulders rolled back, chest up the whole time. If you have something that say you used for that decline push-up, go ahead, put your hands on that and keep it going from there. But try to keep your fingers and thumbs pointed towards those heels the whole time. Bending the elbows, coming down nice, slow, and controlled. Keeping it going for 7 more seconds. After this, we are switching to a single leg squat. 2, 1, and we're up. Now with your single leg squat, we're not going for a pistol style with your leg out in front. You want to kick it behind you, get as low as this hamstring and knee will allow. Return, drive the hips. If you need something to hold on to, I got lucky. I got my trophy shelf here. Come on down, right back up. If not, hands in front of the chest. Maybe reach out for that balance. Return to the top, let it burn for 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now we are down for your burpee tuck jump. So with your burpee tuck jump, chest to the floor, come on up, knees to the chest. Now, if that's not for you, go for the squat thrust tuck jump. Not digging that, step into it. Knees, feet back, return to the top, drive both knees, come on right back down. Either way, folks, we're gonna keep this going for 10 more seconds. Whether you're taking it all the way to the floor, and with that squat thrust, or walking it out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now 25 seconds of actual rest here. Catch that breath, get that sip of water. We're gonna jump right into it with that walkout push-up. Coming at you in just 10 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Walk those hands out. Chest to the floor. Come on back up. Maybe even go ahead, add that hop in there with that modified walkout burpee push-up. We've got 20 more seconds of this, and this right here is the final set of your final set of your 3-round workout. And then we've got an awesome ladder stinger coming your way. 4, 3, 2, 1, done. All right, here we go with your iso squats, ladies and gentlemen. So come on back, drop those hips behind you, weight in those heels. Sorry, I was trying to face this camera, face the timer on this one. Remember, hips back, weight in those heels. If this bothers the knees, try widening the stance a little bit. Sit down a little bit lower, keep that chest up. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Dips. Taking it down to the floor. Hips up. Hips down in line with your shoulders. You don't want them way out here trying to do this. Keep them back here. Right there. Let that butt tap the ground. You want to flirt with it a little bit. You don't want to just go smashing your booty into anything. You want to go ahead, take it nice and easy. Let it tap. Take your time. Now you're going to feel this not only in your shoulders, but also not only your triceps, but also those shoulders. And if that starts to happen, feel free to shake it out. Get right back into it. 3, 2, 1, done. All right, now we've got your single leg squat. So I hit my right side the first time. I'm now going to hit my left side. Same deal. Feel free to go ahead, maybe make it a runner single leg squat. Drive the heel back. Come down as low as you can. Keep that slight bend in the knee and kick it back. Return, drive the hips, contract that glute for 5 more seconds. Let it burn. 3, 2, 1. Burpee tuck jump coming your way. Here we go. Chest on the floor. Come on up. Now remember, you want to bring your knees to your hands, not your hands to your knees. That does not count. So you want to go ahead, bring those knees to those hands, boom, and repeat from there. You've only got 20 seconds. Now this goes for whether you're doing the full burpee or if you were doing just that squat thrust with that tuck jump at the top. Either way, you've only got 10 more seconds. Let it ride, let it rock. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now you have got a full minute to go ahead, catch that breath. Because what we've got coming up next is in fact your 5-minute chaos ladder stinger. So I like to call them stingers in reference to not only the Spartan race with them using scorpions as marking the Mora, but I also like to reference stingers as in the end of the Marvel movies and a lot of other superhero movies that have come out where they put that little tidbit at the end that keeps you interested. So with your 5-minute stinger, we've got 3 exercises coming your way. First, we've got your classic burpee. So chest to the floor, come on up, get that hop. Next, you have got your, I'm sorry folks, I'm gonna pause on this one. You've got from your burpee to a glute bridge with a leg raise. So you're gonna take it down to the ground, you're gonna bring those heels up, drive them, come right back down. Now, once those heels come down, you're gonna drop them to the floor, drive the hips, contract the glutes for the glute bridge, drop the low back to the ground, extend the legs, get that raise. If both legs is too much, feel free to go for that single leg raise with that hip drive and that glute bridge. Repeat from there. And if you're not taking that one to the ground, feel free to go ahead, keep it standing with your good morning with a single leg raise. And for exercise number 3, we have got your tuck jumps, ladies and gents. So you're gonna go ahead, knees up to those hands. Now, with your ladder chaos stinger, the reason it is a ladder is because you're gonna start at 5 and you're gonna slowly keep climbing. See how high you can get on that number. Now, if anything, you can keep it at 5 or you can modify the exercises. Feel free to go ahead and figure out where you're at. And don't forget to put it in the comments. But with that said, in 8 seconds, we're gonna go ahead and actually start this. Keep your eyes on me if you get lost. It's gonna go burpees, glute bridge with a leg raise, and then that classic tuck jumps. So 1, here we go. First 5 exercises, 2, 3, with that burpee. Here we go. 4, 5. Now we're gonna take it down to the ground. We're gonna roll on over. We're gonna get the leg raise, drive the heels, plant the feet, drive the hips. So now, here's 2. If you're not doing this on the ground, remember, get that squat, that single leg raise, driving the hips, keeping it going. 4, here's 5, and then we're up for your tuck jumps. 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now we're back on the ground for burpees, but now we're aiming for 6. So, chest to the floor. Come on up, hands overhead. Feel free to count down on this one. Here's 5. Now we got 4. Here comes 3. 2 left. 1 more. Okay, now we're taking it down for that leg raise with that heel drive. Drive the heels, plant the feet, drive the hips. Keep that low back planted every time you're between. Keep you from inching down that mat, or you can always keep those hands overhead as you get this going. I've got 3 more of these bad boys and I'm all set. Then I'm jumping into those tuck jumps. If you are not doing the tuck jumps, feel free to go ahead, switch it up to that squat with that knee drive. So you're gonna come on down, go for both knees, and then back down again. Now, if you're looking to turn up, just get those bad boys done. And then we're back into those burpees. Now we're at 7. You get it? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way up. We are about halfway through at almost 1 minute here, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Let's keep this going. Now normally, you could do something like this for 2.5 minutes and end it there, which is what I initially thought about doing. But the thing about Spartan races, a lot of these are about endurance, about pushing yourself beyond. So I thought we'd go plus ultra on this one and actually jump straight into that 5 minutes. If you need to stop, go ahead, catch that breath, grab that drink of water, but don't drink too much. We've got just 130 seconds left. And to be honest, it's the only way they have. Lets me do it, doesn't let me do it in minutes. Let's keep this going. Got 2 more of these bad boys. And then we're into that leg raise again. Remember, there's a glute bridge in this too. A lot of times, you'll want to go ahead and just do that leg raise, but you'll forget about that bridge at the bottom. So keeping that in mind, go ahead, keep this going for whatever number you're on. Remember, I'm here to coach you. I'm not here to work out. So listen to the sound of my voice. Get that pump, keep that going. Whether it's your power song, whether it's me, just keep it going for that number you need to get to. All right, remember, if you're not doing the tuck jumps, squat, both knee drive, keep it going, just like so. All right, here we go. 9 burpees coming at you. 1 minute to go. Let it burn, guys, let it burn. We started that fire, gotta let it smolder now. Here we go. Keep it going. Chest to the floor. Oh, see, even I forgot that glute bridge. Starting over. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. You have done your VR Spartans workout. That was 3 rounds of exercises based off of the actual run itself this past month, and a bunch of movements in between as well, including those ISO holds. If you guys like what you saw, don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more workouts coming your way. In addition to that, stay safe out there. If you guys want more information about me, feel free to go ahead and find me on Instagram at NerdCoachFury on Instagram. Now, if you guys want to see something specific, don't be afraid to like, subscribe, and put what you want to see in the comments. And last but not least, don't forget, these exercises are always going to be based off of something. Hope you guys feel fitter today. Hope you got it done. Thank you so much for working out with me. Stay safe out there. Peace.